Hey everybody, it's Nick here with the Bridge Group, and I'm joined today by Todd Moffat of Moffat Commercial Services. We wanted to talk through some helpful tips that you as a homeowner or business owner could use when you're dealing with a pest problem. So Todd, take us through maybe one of the first type of pests and what we can look for if we're having a problem.
Well, right now, one of the major issues we're going to have is ants. Especially whenever we have a lot of rain, you are going to have some ant issues pop up.
Okay.
Let me show you a couple areas that we can look at. So if you start to see ant issues along the side of your house, your flower beds, and or along your sidewalks, they will start running lines right along your sidewalk.
I know that a lot of homeowners will, they'll actually try to use like the ant killer, kind of, they'll pour the little pebbles everywhere. Is that something that you recommend?
I do not. A lot of the stuff that you can buy over the counter is engineered a lot differently. You don't have to have a CA license, a certified applicator's license, to use those. What those generally do is stop the ants from coming up right there, but it does not kill the ants. So all the ants do is just move over and pop back up.
Gotcha. So that's why people might keep having like recurring ant problems. The second type of pest that we were talking about was mosquitoes. So I know a lot of people, maybe they have a pool, they have a nice outdoor deck or patio, and they install like a mosquito repellent system. And you were telling me it really doesn't work as well as you might think.
It does not. One, you do have the upfront cost, but you also have to remember that that mist goes out about 6 inches from wherever the lines are. And also you need to keep in mind that when it spits out the mist, whether it's your drink sitting there or you're sitting there, it's going to get a dose of the active ingredient. So we don't want to do that.
Gotcha.
I would recommend doing a full perimeter treatment on the landing patterns. That way they land, they expire, because it's the female that actually needs the blood meal in order to breed, and she can fly up to a mile away. So just because you're treating right here doesn't stop them from coming and biting me on this side right here. I would recommend a treatment about every 4 to 6 weeks in the summer. After the temperature drops below 60 degrees and stays there for several hours, their breeding cycle stops, and that's when we will stop having mosquito season, usually the end of October, mid-November.
All right, now the third most common thing that we talked about that people deal with is when they're dealing with rodents, and maybe they've got them up in their attic and they're setting out that anticoagulant. You were saying that that actually doesn't solve the problem.
It will help mitigate the problem, but what you're buying over the counter is a lot weaker of an active ingredient. So they're going to need to eat a full bag of it versus taking just a little bit of actual other bait.
So you were telling me that you had a client that actually had over 200 rodents?
Yes, I had a client that by the time they recognized the issue, it had gotten out of control. They were putting a bag up there, a couple bags up there. It was helping to permanently take care of the issue. However, the issue was already out of control, so what they were doing was exterminating 1 or 2, and still you had a bunch of juveniles that were turning into adults, procreating, and was getting way out of control.
And so you were able to put your product out there and you were able to get rid of it?
And it took under 10 days to totally eradicate everything.
Okay, so you can either deal with the rodents for over 200 days and not actually solve the problem, or you can go with Todd and deal with it in 10 days. I think it's a pretty easy choice there. If you are dealing with a pest problem, don't go with somebody that doesn't have experience. Don't just go over the counter. Use a professional to help you take care of that problem. So if you're already trying the ants with the bag thing, you've already got the mosquito system, you're already putting out anticoagulant and those mice are not getting rid of, reach out to Todd. Todd, what's the best way to contact you?
My phone number is 281-202-3958, or you can email me at todd@moffatcommercialservices.com, or you can just go on my website, moffatcommercialservices.com, and click on the link that is at the bottom of the page.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for another video. I really appreciate it. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more helpful content from home ownership, home buying, home selling, tips and advice for homeowners. We put out new content every single week, so we will see you guys on the next video. As you can see, it's fall weather, so we're nice and cool now. The temperatures are dropping, so I feel great. For indicators of a pest problem, and they started construction literally right now. You've got the mosquito system installed, you've put out some of that mouse anti... putting out the anticoagulant for mouses is what I was gonna say.